Hey guys, all right, so this is kind of wild. This is a mini tramp built on our Apex platform, and it is awesome. This is the ultimate indoor home gym, basically rebounder. Luke's gonna give her a little bounce.
Has anyone tested this yet?
Yes.
Okay, good.
I've been on it.
Frick, this thing is rock solid.
Yep.
Like the bounce is nice, but there's absolutely zero flex in this frame.
Oh,
Like,
there'd be
it's-
none. Yeah, it's a tank.
This thing might as well be built into a concrete floor kind of thing. Like it's.
So one thing we actually did a test. Let me throw some of this footage in here too. Originally, the customer wanted to keep the springs as small as possible to maximize the jump surface, because this frame was custom tailored to the exact space he had left in his gym for this thing. And I could not let the 5.5-inch spring thing stand. It's just, they are a way less high quality spring. These are Music Wire 7s. And the cool thing is when you jump on it, you actually feel like you don't feel a bottom to the bounce. I'd like to call it a bottomless bounce. You just cycle through. It's a nice smooth, wavelength of your, deceleration or whatever.
Yeah, there's no jar to this at all.
Yes.
Like it's like lofty and yeah.
The 5.5s, it was like you're clipping a speaker. It was like you go down and then you're going back up. It's just it was very pronounced where the bottom of the bounce was. You definitely weren't going to bottom that one out because these short little stubby springs wouldn't let you. But for the money that this client has invested in this product, like it wasn't the right thing. So we, of our own accord, made a 7-inch setup, tested it out, sent him a video of both, just to show him this way or this way. Before we made the pads, because the pads had to be sized to cover the full gap, and the 7-inch needed more pad, which again, this is what made the jumping surface size a bit smaller. So at the cost of 3.5 inches of jump surface on both sides, you get a far superior bounce, far superior trampoline, in my opinion. It went from a rebounder to actually a mini tramp. So.
But again, this is like you were saying, the Apex line. So these are a full 2-inch thick pad. The team just test fit this, so they don't have it connected, but there's a little connector flap here. So the benefit of that, when this is actually engaged and hooked up, you can step here and there's no chance you go through. This is the same technology, actually superior technology to what we use in commercial trampoline parks. This is more like technology from Olympic trampolines. So that flap, these connect together, and there is no way your kid is pushing through that and hitting the floor. So those extra little touches go a long ways in making sure you got a crisp, nice padding solution that doesn't go anywhere and just stays rock solid. No, it's so, it's not snappy. It's deep, it's lofty, it's wicked. You never get this out of a rebounder. Rebounders are always like jar. But this is like a trampoline for your own house. It fits indoors.
Yeah.
Amazing spring.
It's you can fit this indoors. You still want 12-foot ceilings or something, but you can do it.
Yeah, you're not putting this in a rental apartment. This is for someone that's got a really nice house that they want a trampoline to match. So home gym, that kind of thing.
Home gym, garage gym, whatever, you got the ceiling height. All right, here's the finished product. This is the smallest Apex trampoline we've built to date, and it is super fun. This is an awesome unit for a little home gym. In the end, after seeing our little comparison video, the customer did choose to go with the 7-inch springs at that point in time, even though it meant we had to go back and do bigger legs for the trampoline, just because the newer springs, you could bottom it out in the original configuration. So we had to do that, totally at our expense. We'd already had the sale closed. The customer wanted the 5.5s, but you know what? We just wanted to make sure they knew all the options, and they had ultimately the best product for their intended use. So that was totally fine. I'm ultimately just glad they're getting what I would put in my own house. This is really cool, really fun. Super glad that we got this guy done. Super nice bounce. Lots of room still. This is a super rebounder. So you can do everything you can do on a rebounder in this guy, but it's going to be way nicer in your joints. You get that lofty bounce, deep, soft bounce. So I'll cue in some of the videos from the little test one we did with both the 5.5 and the 7s. We did jump on them, we gave some feedback, and let you guys see that for yourself. So That's what the customer saw, and this is why they decided to go with the far superior springs. So, and Andrew at 6'1" and a $190 is showing that you can still have tons of fun on a mini tramp. Ooh, if you could do that, that'd be pretty cool. First try. Lol. All right, Sven, here's your trampoline. Test fitting the frame. We're gonna test fit both beds. Sorry, I couldn't not do a 7-inch. So we got the 5.5-inch done. We thought, what the heck? Not every day we have one of these in our shop. So we made a 7-inch music wire spring for it as well. My thought is it's gonna perform way nicer. It's gonna be a much nicer trampoline. But we'll show you both. You can decide which one you want, and then we'll make the pads correspondingly to fit. Like, yes, the 7-inch will have a slightly smaller surface, but I think you're gonna find the quality of bounce to be a very worthy trade-off.
Yeah, this is pretty bouncy.
That is a super mini tramp.
You can do this all day.
Springs, this is the difference in the springs. So this is a conventional wire, this is music wire, and it's 7-inch. It's gonna give you much softer, loftier bounce. It did bounce very nice. So now we're gonna swap it out for the 5.5s and give her another go. Pretty big. You feel it in your lower back. You just, because the springs are so much smaller, they just really limit how far you can go into it. And you just really notice that. The other one felt like kind of had a bottomless bounce. Felt really nice. And these are just shorter and tighter. So yes, you give up a few inches of size, but another 3 to 3.5 inches overall each way, lengthwise and widthwise. But I think for the quality of bounce you get, personally, if this was going in my little gym, I would go with the 7-inch music wires. What do you think, Scott?
Yeah, I like the other setup better. This one, the bounce is definitely, it's not as deep, and it's, you know, it's just a little bit jarring when it stops.
Yep.
And I could see, yeah, like I could see where it would, after a while, start to aggravate your lower back. You want to keep your core built, but definitely the 7.5 piano wire are much more comfortable, and you get a much bigger bounce.
All right, thanks Sven for the order. Enjoy. She's off to her new home.